Rolling Thunder Publishing, Inc. presents Defending Bridget by P.J. Fiala. Narrated by Rose Dioro and Troy Duran at Brickshop Audio, Inc.
Chapter 1. Taking the electronic tablet the driver handed her, Bridget tapped the tip icon, added a generous amount to the total, signed her name, and handed it back. "Thank you," she said as she opened her door. Traveling light, as this was a day trip, she had no luggage. She walked up to the beautiful older brick building on the outskirts of Leonard Station, Daggart Winery and Restaurant, and the heavy oak doors with old iron handles opened before she reached them. Blinking in surprise, she stepped into the entryway, which boasted stone walls, stone floors, and substantial wooden furniture with studded accents. Decorations on the long side tables featured candlestick lamps with ornate shades, metal bowls with engraved wooden balls, and a candelabra or two situated on the corners. It was all she could do not to murmur, "Wow." "May I take your jacket, ma'am?" She was flustered that she hadn't seen the man wearing black dress slacks, a crisp white shirt, and black vest with a black bow tie, standing tall and straight as he waited for her to answer. "Of course, thank you." He helped her remove her jacket, folded it neatly over his arm, and asked, "Are you here for the vicar's baby shower?" "Yes, I am." This all seemed so unlike Sophie, at least the Sophie she knew in their army days. But she'd heard that she'd married into money, though she'd never have guessed this much. Then again, you never knew about anyone, right? Suddenly feeling self-conscious and maybe underdressed, she looked down at her sleek gray trousers and her soft gray and white floral blouse and hoped she didn't stand out. In a bad way. The waiter or supervisor or whoever bowed slightly from the waist. "Please follow me." He turned and she followed him into a room off to the left. The first thing she noticed was a wall of windows that looked out onto expansive gardens, alive with varying flowers of every color, shape, and size. A tall wooden-covered bridge graced the back of the property. The whole scene was picturesque and breathtaking. A baby grand piano stood in a corner, close but not too close to a tall stone fireplace. High above was a narrow wooden mantel, and on top of that lay a bobcat, which looked as if it were watching her. She stared for a few moments and realized it was a real cat, though no longer alive. But an expert taxidermist had beautifully preserved it. "There you are." She turned to see Sophie, still as gorgeous as ever, maybe even more so, with her full rounded belly, glistening long dark hair, and shiny brown eyes.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?